Hello there, beautiful souls. I hope you guys are all having a great, blessed day. So, my therapist kind of took me back this last session, right? All he said was, "You're not broken." Those words, for some reason, triggered me. And I don't mean that in a bad way, When a or like something, like even my baby daddy was like, "Something seems off. You haven't seen the same." I said, "Yeah, since therapy." And it's almost like, in a way, I may have taken pride, in being broken or a mess or, I took pride in my chaos, right? I took my story and I put it out there. I said, the people in my life don't want to hear it. I'll just put my therapy online. And it's so much of me just wants to let it go, right? Just want to let it go. But it's almost like, until you have literally faced every trigger, and who knows, 10 years down the line, I could have something. PTSD is something that is so hard to, even understand, because I'm pretty sure for me, it's, very specific to certain things. And, it's almost also like in therapy of 222. I'm finally being validated that my childhood experience wasn't okay. Someone else is telling me, who's a professional, that what I went through isn't okay. Right? 555. But it doesn't define who I am, right? But for 26 years, it has. So how do you start this new version of yourself? Right? Because at first, I was trying to go too much of a perfectionist, right? Everything has to be perfect. Ugh. Because when you grow up and you're told that you are the problem and anything you do is never good enough. 333. You have so much self-doubt. You do not believe in yourself. So much I have built myself up. I have encouraged myself. And then it feels like I go 10 steps back sometimes. And then I go 10 steps forward. And then I go 3 steps back. And then at the end of the day, it's like, I just have too much compassion for other people. I don't know how to love myself the most. Because at the end of the day, to love myself, I cannot love people that keep hurting me, right? That's the cycle to end, right? Or just putting other people before myself. So much of the toxic healer, right? Or the unhealed healer is somebody that wants to help other people through their chaos. Because at the end of the day, it's not emotionally attached to you. So it's easier than to process what you're emotionally attached to. And it's not something that you're just going to heal in a day, heal in a week. You know, it's like, I've been doing this for 3 years now. 3 years. The amount of work that I have put in meditating and journaling and just living and trying to always look back at situations and think, where could I have been a bigger person or a better person? You know what I mean? Where can I learn from myself? And I think a lot of it is just like, this anger that my parents didn't do what they should have done for me. Like, even my father never financially provided for me. Never was there as a father, you know? Raising yourself is, and living through that, is not how you become stronger at all. It 100% is giving you trauma and stuff that you actually have to work through. I had to rewire my brain, and luckily I'm smart enough to do that shit on my own. Because I didn't have a good therapist. Now I do. But at first I didn't. And that trauma through therapy, because they're telling me I'm bipolar when I'm not, is trauma. I didn't even want to seek out therapy when I needed it. Because everybody doesn't understand. The strong person, the person that everybody relies on to talk to about what's going on in their life, also needs to vent to somebody or talk to somebody, or just the fact that I have been completely alone, emotionally, mentally. No one really to rely on like that your entire life. You become hyper independent, and literally I cannot communicate with another person. And that I have to teach myself at 26 years old how to have a normal relationship with somebody else. Because I have so much goddamn PTSD that I walk on eggshells for every single person. I notice every single thing that's happening in a room. Right? That's normal. That's just like what happens. Right? So then I have to tell my brain, that's not normal. And change the behavior. Over time. That takes lots of time. So all it did was stop me from achieving my goals and my ambitions sooner in life. Because I was in survival mode. I was just thinking, how do I pay for bills on my own? How do I survive on my own? And went down a very dark cycle of not taking care of myself and putting other people above me and just working